Hey, everybody. I'm Katie Arroyo.
And I'm Laura Manasowicz.
And this is Piggy Promise. A podcast about growing up. Our guest is losing it right now. We are so excited to have her on. We love her so much. She's one of our favorite comedians. Thank you so much for joining us, Colleen Genevieve.
That's me.
We did it.
I had no idea how I was going to say the phrase hello.
You saw it. Yeah, you crushed it. I don't even think you said hello yet, actually.
No.
What did you decide?
No. That's me.
That's me. Okay.
Woo.
Identity confirmed.
Oh.
Yes.
Hi guys. Wow.
Hello.
Hi.
Wow.
Hello.
Wow.
You're doing great.
Thanks. Wow. What an honor to be here. I thought you guys were going to talk for longer.
Did you?
I thought I was.
You thought what? You thought you'd hang like in the shadows?
No, I thought I was going to be like just a smidge less high before. I thought you had some back and forth.
We do a quick half an hour for you to get it together.
While you just freak out in the background. You run different hellos through your mind for 30 minutes, and then you're like, okay, I'm ready. Tag me in.
I'm crying.
Finger guns?
I'm crying. Do you know how many photos I have on me on stage being finger? I'm like the Joe Biden of New York City.
Colleen, no more malarkey, Genevieve.
Oh, it's a good word. I don't know why people hated him so much. Malarkey? When have we heard that verbiage, you know?
I don't know. I want $2,000. That's the malarkey.
That's
I'm
the malarkey you're coming after.
That's a different podcast.
Laura's finger guns are going blazing if she doesn't get her $2,000.
They're middle finger guns.
Wow.
Yeah, sassy. Yeah. Well, listen, we brought.
I have a stretch of 5 minutes of funny, and then
you're
you
done.
guys gotta fill in.
Did the clock start already, or does it start now?
Your turn. I'm dying of cancer, by the way. I'm not, but it's gonna sound like it because I just smoked.
Yeah,
but it's
off
fine.
camera
It's
so
fine.
that it wouldn't be mentioned, and here we are.
Yeah, of course. Because I'm trying to get fired. Like, I think that's my real purpose in life, my real destiny.
Yeah. Listen, reach for the stars, all right? 2021 is going to be everyone's year.
Yeah.
Listen, we did bring Colleen on here to have her say hello. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. So follow us on Instagram.
Like and subscribe, please. Follow Colleen. A lot of finger guns.
If you can find her.
No, but we brought you on here to talk about a very Colleen specific topic where we were basically going to run through the Miss Sexual Education of Colleen Genevieve.
That's a great title for it. Oh, it's going to be a children's book.
I like it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Man, I don't want to turn this into a monologue though. So you got to do
We'll pop in.
Something.
We'll pop in.
Yeah, you better. And like hard and loud because I just
there's zero chance we won't have questions.
Yeah.
So
don't worry.
Okay, so I also don't know if I'm yelling. So
you're doing good.
Let me know.
You're doing good.
Thank you. I needed that. I had a very progressive mother growing up, like super, like before it was like woke to be like a white woman that had black friends. My mom was like very, very progressive, and she like took that in everything, which included telling me like my sex talk, I think was a smidge too early because it was at 6 years old.
Oh yeah.
more than just like, hey, you have a vagina. No one but your family should see it, you know? Like, more than
And even
that.
then, use caution.
I know. I was 6 years old. We're in Borders, okay? I don't know. It used to be a bookstore that somehow exited before Barnes and Nobles, which is
It did.
crazy.
Because Borders was the cool bookstore.
It was.
I loved Borders. I used to literally spend, I never thought I was a nerd until I remembered that like my Friday nights in high school when I had a car were at Borders. Reading. What? I'm not even smart though. I have nothing to show for it.
So many wasted Friday nights.
I was so sad. So my mom gave me a sex talk, like all about the like
now
how to make a baby.
Were you asking any questions, or was this just like out of nowhere?
It was out of nowhere. I was sipping hot chocolate. I was reading a Jodi Picoult book. Okay. No, I wasn't. I was 6.
I was like, damn, Colleen.
Sorry. My bad. I was thinking of the high school memory. No, I was like reading something and all of a sudden I get a book in my face with a uterus that is all labeled. And my mom's like, so this is what you have. And like went in on it, telling me everything about sex and how to make a baby, where it grows, all this stuff. But I have severe, like if you didn't already know, ADHD. Like, so I wore a helmet, okay? I had no balance. I would never look before I stepped. I was a mess. And so I didn't really remember it correctly. And I remember my mom wasn't like, oh, hey, here's this kid that doesn't have impulse control and she's sick, so she's already going to say inappropriate shit. I should let her know that we don't really talk about this. So I literally remember hearing this information about sex and how you make a baby. And like, oh, and she of course threw in that, you know, you should be married. And I had a play date the next day with my friend. And this childhood friend that was definitely like a type A person, like, ugh. And and her mom was dropping us off, and I was like, do you know how to make a baby? I like excited. And I was like, they have to have sex. A penis goes in you. And I remember her going like, and if you want 3 babies, you have to have sex 3 times. But you can only do that if you're married. Right, Mrs. Clark?
Oh my God.
I mean, I literally, and she was like, and this is like a Catholic family. And she was mortified. So that night, I remember my mom walking up the stairs, sitting down in bed with me, and I was like beaming that I retained this information. But I think I said something like, isn't it crazy to do it 3 times? I remember like shaming her mom for having sex and producing children. I like shamed her. I was like, but isn't it like wild to have sex 3 times? And I remember my mom like coming up the stairs being like, Colleen, and like sitting down and being like, so this she just looked at me and she was like, Mrs. Clark told me that you talked about sex. And I was like, I sure did. Like, I
so
thought I was
proud.
going to be commemorated. I was so proud. And she was like, so I forgot to tell you that we don't really talk about sex, politics, or religion in public. And I heard that and I was like, I'm going to make a career out of doing just that.
You were like, I will not be silenced.
The second she told me I couldn't talk about it, it's all I wanted. I literally was obsessed. And then when we got a computer, I started like reading erotica, and I was like 10. I was such a horny little bat. Oh my God.
I was reading V.C. Andrews books when I was in 6th grade, and I remember, like, do you guys know those books? So it's The Flowers in the Attic.
No.
Okay. Yes. So it's the lady.
You were into incest porn?
Immediately. That was the first one that I read. And it was like my mom's friend. I would read everything. And my mom's friend was like, I was at her house, and so I'd be bored. And she was like, oh, you just choose any one of those books. And it's all like Danielle Steele, like all these older women, like romance and sexual novels. And I was just like, sure. So I picked up Flowers in the Attic because I thought that it was like, it looked cool, like the cover looked cool, and I liked books that had like a cutout cover, and then you opened it and the rest of the picture was there, and I was like, whatever these people are, I'm gonna read about them. And I remember, like, I read...
You like the production value of books?
I did! You thought you were a nerd!
No, I really like the detailing and the
loved it. And
good finger feel.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. But I remember reading the book, and I was like so into it. And I remember there was a part where they had sex, and the girl's name was Kathy. And I'll never forget that I was like confused. Like, I read it, and it was like, and then he pulled me into bed, and I came. I think it said I came, and it was like, I came, and I called he called my name, Kathy. And I remember thinking like, oh, there was a typo. They didn't say where she went. Like, I was like, oh, they screwed up.
That's hilarious that you were like, this fucking book, these dummies.
Yeah, I was like, what is this?
Oh, it's a mystery. Yeah. She's gone missing.
Yeah, it was. He was like, she was yelling my name, and I'm like, is she like a ghost now? Like, I'm so confused.
Does she need help? Yeah, she does.
She does.
Yeah,
Kathy does need help, but I learned later when I reread it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So,
Laura, when's the first time?
What's the question? Finish that.
When's the first time you read about incest?
Read about incest. Oh, porn. I had like my like I had a romance novel phase in like teenish. And I remember like going to the store with my mom and being like, I'm gonna buy this book, and she's like, okay, and then like not understanding. She did, because I wasn't like 10, you know, I was older than that. Yeah. But like I don't think I like when it first started, because I think like one of my friends maybe got me into it. Like I didn't know what how much like throbbing and pulsing was going to be written about.
So much throbbing and pulsing, and I rarely feel those things.
I couldn't tell you. And I just hadn't had sex at that point, and I was like, this feels so dramatic every time. Every time.
Even now, you're probably like, that's too dramatic.
I'm like, pull it back.
I could totally.
I keep threatening my boyfriend to like quote big mouth shit at him. Like I told him I'm gonna like tell him at a real bad time about rubbing fronts and all the things that I know he won't enjoy.
I'm gonna really ruin sex for him. That's great. I love
this.
This
is getting too sexy, and I have to pull it back.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're looking me in my eyes. Gross.
I hate that. What am I, a puppet? The puppet doesn't turn around to look at you. So you can see I developed sexually well. I'm using analogies.
That book helped.
Dude, I remember reading so much dramatic I wanted all the drama when it came to sex. And there was nothing. Oh my God, I'm trying to like arc this story like a freaking, who am I?
You're plotting out the storyline right here. So there I was at Borders, and now I'm 13.
No, it was Friday night.
Borders, I would always read plays. Like I would never read books. I always read plays. I always read plays. I never read books. They were too long. And unless it was like a good dramatic book, but it was always a play. So when I got into the drama club, like even in middle school, they were like basic character of a TV star, and I based it off Karen from Will and Grace, and I'm like in 7th grade, like I was too young. Like, what did I know about pill popping? But I love that shit.
You're like, I'll get there.
I literally, like, I saw my path as a hot mess.
Yeah. That show should have been called Karen and the Rest of Us.
Yeah.
It
should have.
Hats off to you, Laura. That show should have been Karen and the Rest. That is so true. That is so true. But I remember writing that and like the drama teacher being like confused. Like, why do you know?
Yeah, like what's happening here?
Why do you know about that? Like in 3rd grade, I wrote my favorite show was Friends. Like that's a bit much. So when I joined the drama club in high school, my freshman year, everyone was like, you're a lesbian, right? And I was like, no, I'm not gay. Like I was so upset.
Why did they say why they thought that?
Never. But I've gotten that multiple times where people are like, you give off big lesbo vibes.
It's probably just because you have big vibes. And I think anytime a woman like takes up space, they're like, you gotta be gay. You're too loud.
There's gotta be something that relates you to me.
Yeah, exactly.
That is so true. But I also grew up with my brother who was very much like, I get a lot of my humor from him. And what I find funny is usually along the lines of he does. Not that he's a shining example to society, but yeah, so I get like, I feel like a lot of my alpha energy also, but like alpha testosterone energy comes from always being around him or being closer to him in like my later years. And that's also where I got a lot of it's kind of sad, but self-worth from, because I always saw him cheating on girls because like they wouldn't like put out, and I was like, oh, that's my only worth to this world.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I was so impressionable. That was a hole for anyone that didn't get that. Any viewers,
for anybody not watching, yeah.
And I pointed to them, and it looked like I was aggressively.
It was the finger guns. The finger guns came out. But you know what? That's interesting because I feel like a lot of girls that I know that had older brothers, they learned how to like be in a relationship by the way that their brothers would treat their girlfriends.
Yeah, and my brother treated them awfully. So I'm not saying that I ended up, my first boyfriend in high school was in a ska band because of Christopher, but there's a strong fucking connection. He was in a ska band, and I was like, that's the one for me.
I could see it.
The ska energy is the only energy that can match your alpha energy.
Yeah.
Just a dying genre of the 90s. Cool.
But
thank
so
you.
loud.
A horn section.
Yeah. He's like, I'm horny too. Right now.
Like the problems are masked by fun.
Yeah.
That's God to me, and that's why I love it.
The worst. It is the worst.
But so did you guys, did you and your mom, you guys had that one talk when you were 6, and then did you ever have a talk again when it came time to okay.
Because she had to remind me to stop talking out loud about it. Also, because I would do weird, cringy things. Like, my poor mother was like, is my daughter going to be the first female predator? Like,
what did you do?
Yeah.
I literally, oh my God, this is so bad. Okay, so my brother and sister, my sister and my brother are 10 and 8 years older than me. So that's why I was viewing a lot of older shit than I should have been. And I was also going places that were older that I shouldn't have been. And my sister loves old classic romance. So I thought a girl's purpose in life, find that peace. Lock it up, get married, that's it. And so I had my first boyfriend in 5th grade. And of course, he was the funny one because of my type baby is from birth. Okay. I was fucking comedians before they knew they were going to try comedy. I was fucking character actors, baby. This is born and bred. But his name was Will. And I remember sleeping over in my sister's dorm in college and wanting to talk to Will on the phone. So I literally at 11 o'clock at night, we're in 5th grade, called his house 29 times.
Did he just not answer, or his family?
No, because he was in bed because we were in 5th grade.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's too late. It's too late for a 5th grader.
She's a wild one.
The mother picked up and said, Colleen, do you know that it is 11 o'clock and it is too late to be talking? And you are calling too many times.
Oh my God. Wait, did they just let it ring a bunch hoping that you'd stop calling, and then you called back thinking they must not have heard my phone call?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Did they know it? How did they know it was you? Or were you like, hello, it's Colleen here?
Again. Yeah. 100%.
That's awesome.
And I think he had picked up one time and was like, I can't talk right now. And I was like, that's not going to stop me.
I love a chase.
Yeah.
Boundaries. Oh, yeah. Oh, honey, the red flags.
Colleen's my predator instincts are activated.
There's 28 more where that came from, baby.
I am drenched in crimson. I am the flag. I am a red walking flag. Do not. My boyfriend's gonna hear this now, and he's gonna be like, "I gotta go."
He's like, "I'm so busy forever now."
Do you expect me to stay with you after listening to that? And I'm gonna be like, "No."
If he,
I have your phone number. Do you know how many times? I can
you're
call you now? You don't even have to push the buttons anymore.
If he made it past the ska band part, he'll hang on.
Oh God.
So because you had all these talks with your mom, when you had boyfriends, even when you were young, were you very interested in having sex, or were you mostly interested in talking about it?
No, it wasn't. I remember it wasn't until I got to high school that I where sex became the most important, or what I thought was the most important thing. I remember it wasn't until middle school where the bullying got meaner and meaner that sex became a forefront in my in my mind.
What was the bullying? What were they bullying you about?
Oh my God, they would call me fire crotch. All the time. Ugly fire crotch. Because kids, they love to be real
They're
specific.
in case you thought you were an attractive fire crotch, we want to make sure they let you know.
Let it be known this is not a compliment, okay?
I don't want any chance that you feel good about this.
But do you know what happened? Is I remember going home sobbing, right? Because it gets a little bit darker, but I'm not going to ruin the mood. And I remember sobbing and being like, I can't go to school. I don't care. And like, I was going to a different high school. I wasn't going to go to the local high school of my town. And I had to graduate to go to this Catholic high school. And she was like, and my mom was begging me to go. And my brother asked me what happened. And I told him. And so he like got his friend, I shouldn't say allegedly, he retaliated. But then at my graduation, my 8th grade graduation, he said out loud, your mother should have had aborted you. Like out loud to the bully.
God.
Oops. And then did the bully stop, or did it or did you just go to another school?
I went to another school. And then when I got to the school, they were all like, you're a lesbian. And I was like, no, we continue. Because we didn't like gays back then. I do now, but like
everyone was terrified of being called gay. I mean, more so then than even now.
Yeah, and I mean, they kind of. Oh my god, I might be too loud. Hold on. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Never mind. My roommate's so nice. I love her. She was just like, hey, can you put my computer back? And I was like, yeah. Because I don't own a computer. Because your guest isn't doing well. But
fine, no big deal.
Fine, I'm an artist chasing my dream. That's my mantra every time I see an Instagram photo. I'm like, I'm chasing like the one where it's in like the Maldives. I'm like, I'm chasing my dream. I don't need a vacation. Every time. But I remember wanting to get a boyfriend really badly when I got to high school because they were calling me a lesbian. And I was like, lesbians aren't attractive. That's not me. And I don't feel that way anymore. Please don't cancel me.
It's so crazy what you think when you're young. Like, you're just like it's just... And then you 5 year or 10 years later, you're like, oh my god, lesbians come in all shapes and sizes. You're like, they don't just look like this one
10
person.
years later, I'm between labias. Like had I known,
they were right.
Colleen's podcast.
At 13, had I known exactly 10 years at 23, I'd be in my first threesome with a woman. I would have been like, wow, good on you. You really nailed that one.
You called it.
So I wanted to get a boyfriend, and there was this kid he played the guitar and bass for the drama club for their musicals. And I was like dead. I'm sorry, I'm burping.
That's
I'm
okay.
drinking mineral water because I'm better than you.
Because I'm living my dream.
Because I'm living my dream. Oh my god. Anyone else want to throw their phone in the ocean? Your listeners are going to be like, get this girl medicated.
Just so everybody knows, she is medicated.
No.
Are you not medicated right now?
Yeah, no, I went off of it in 2 years ago because I had been on a stimulant for 21 years. They don't know what they do to you long term.
That's fair.
I mean, the damage is probably already done, but no, this is what happens. I don't have a computer because I got emotionally stunted at 5 years old when they were like, this kid can't stop talking about sex. Shut her up with Ritalin. That's exactly what they did.
And here we are today.
21 years later, she's talking about sex, folks.
She's going to do it.
She's still talking about it. Yeah, so I really wanted to date him. All in 9th grade, I had the biggest crush on him. And then we started becoming friends at the end of 9th grade. And I was like, this is working. I was like, yes, I'll become his friend. I'll kiss his face. We're going to be together forever.
Did you try to be the funny girl? Were you like, that's going to be, what was your angle? Or did you not even have an angle? You were just like, we're going to be friends.
I definitely made a lot of I remember meeting, I'll never forget the day I met him. We were all, did you guys have a high school? Did your high school did a fundraiser where you all had to walk for 5 miles together?
We would do we had a couple events like that, but it wasn't everyone. Laura's like, absolutely not.
I don't think so. I don't remember a togetherness walk, but I might have skipped it.
I'm crying. You judged me so hard. You were like,
judging you. You didn't
It
come
was
up
just
with
your
it.
school.
It wasn't your idea.
you looked at me like I was a Mormon. I'll always say there's something wrong with Mormons. I don't care if I get canceled for that. You don't deserve more than one wife. It's crazy.
All right, so there you
are on the together walk.
It's like, you guys are gonna have to jump in a lot.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
So I really appreciate you, Mom. You really miss being a stepmom.
I do. Colleen's coming to visit me in the summer to do some shows, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to ask what snacks you guys want and pack your swimsuits.
And then she's like, no smoking in my house.
I did say that.
As if I walk in with a
You
blunt,
never
like,
know.
let me ruin your place.
Gotta set the ground rules 4 months in advance.
She's gonna be
Just like the
2
sex
weeks.
talk, you'll have it again.
Yeah.
You know?
That was the primer talk.
I really am gonna get like a quarterly reminder, like, hey, do you remember?
Yeah, the second talk is to be, Colleen, we don't talk about the rules with other people. That was supposed to be just between me and you.
Oh, I love when comedians date normal people because I'm like, boy, can I not wait to ruin their night, you know? I can't wait to see how many shooting looks you give them, like, she's okay. I swear that was a joke. She doesn't really mean that about insert group here. I'm terrified.
You'll
If
be
there's
fine.
like, the reason I haven't done podcasts is like, if they dig up, yes, I do believe one day someone will look into my background.
Because I was going to
to
say, that's a good vision board thing. I got to watch what I say. Someone might listen.
I'm so many things they could pull. And I'd be like, I offend people when I'm trying to give compliments. Like, I'm such an offensive person, and I genuinely don't mean to be. But anyways, we're on the togetherness walk. And I remember like just shooting him a bunch of glances. I just like remember like giving him like heavy looks.
Yeah, lots of look backs.
Like,
yeah.
Hell yeah. Every magazine told you that's what you were supposed to do.
They did.
At that point in your life. So
every single one gave me and I would give big eyes, and then nothing happened for months. Okay.
Like, I think Colleen's got chronically dry eyes.
Something in her eye.
Widening them at me.
He was also a junior, and he was a sophomore going to be a junior, and I was a freshman. No, he was a junior. So
everybody write that down. He was a junior.
Pop quiz at the end. But so I remember at the end of the year, we had a thing for the gala performance that he played for. And I like went out to him. I was like, hey, you're pretty good. Like, I remember being like,
you just tough guy.
That's good. Yeah. You were like, hey,
not bad for a girl.
Yeah. You're like, hey, you don't suck. Also, I'm not a lesbian.
Yeah, I'm in plaid right now. I'm like, I'm not lesbian. Listen, it was 2005, okay? No one can cancel me in 2005. So, like, I remember we started getting closer, and I would, like, purposely ask my mom not to, because, like, you would get out of school at, like, 3, and then we'd have choir practice at 4, and then drama at 7. So he would stay on certain days late, and I'd want to stay too, and then we'd, like, get together and be friends.
Yeah, the whole plan.
And I was like, what music do you like? And he's like, I like The Clash, and I like Real Big Fish. And I was like, I love those bands.
Now, wait, did you actually love those bands? Or were you like, note to self, look that up later?
No, I didn't love those bands. I loved musical theater. I was such a sponge. If anyone I wanted to be friends with liked something, I was like, that's my favorite thing. I remember my childhood best friends love scary stories, and I get scared, or scary movies, and I get scared of my own shadow, and I'd be like, "Yeah, let's watch it." Meanwhile, I'm having a panic attack over The Ring, like 7 days, a body of water. Ah! Like I was so upset throughout a lot of my childhood, but I was like, keep it in.
As an adult in my 30s, I ruined a movie watching party that I knew I shouldn't have been at because it was too scary, but I didn't want to be left out. And I like got up and went into the kitchen and cried twice before I yelled, "Can you please pause it?" And then they were like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No." And I got my things and left.
Oh my God.
And I was probably
No, you didn't.
34 years old.
No, that's amazing.
33 maybe? Yeah.
You had a tantrum without any pregnancy hormones. You
just fear. Just fear. And I knew it. I knew that. I was like, don't go to this.
It's going to be bad.
You're not going to like this. And then I was like, well, my friends are going to be there. And then
you were like, what's scarier, this movie or being alone with my thoughts?
That's right.
FOMO
that's right.
or this movie?
I was like, oh, you're going to have an inside joke that I'll be on the outside of? Okay. And now I'm the joke. The joke is, remember when we all tried to watch Hereditary and Laura lost her shit and cried?
Not even like a good plot line.
Yeah, like that one wasn't even.
Plenty of trauma. It was the trauma meter was off the charts on that one for me.
Where do you buy those? Oh, I would win so many arguments with my boyfriend. I'd be like, do you see how traumatic this is?
I just measure it with like how sweaty the back of my neck is.
Oh my God.
It's an internal trauma meter.
This is because you're Italian and you guys just sweat.
She's always in trauma.
Dude, my boyfriend is Italian and he sweats so much. And he also has deep anxiety because I think, again, that's an Italian thing. I think it
There's
is.
a few groups that have a lot of anxiety.
Italian Jewish baby. Hello. I'm very worried all the time.
You guys are just still like, it's generational trauma from Mussolini.
Yeah.
You're like, no.
You're like, we got it on both sides.
No. Take away the pasta. I don't care if I offend Italians.
Should we talk about it? No. Just push it all the way down.
Yeah. Oh, Irish are the creators of push that down. You push that down. Do you know how hard it was for my dad to say I love you to me? I had to tell him that this was going to affect me if he didn't. I was like, you need to say it to me.
He was like, you're
this
cool.
This is why I haven't stuffed fucking koala bear because I have daddy problems.
It's all right.
All right, we've strayed.
No, it's actually a gift from Dan, and it's an inside joke.
Very cute.
Thank you. I'm in love.
I like it. But back to the first boyfriend.
Oh yeah, the
So how did you get him? You stayed after school a bunch, and then did you start talking to him?
So then we were talking on AIM.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just, and I was like, I love Zox. You love Zox. I would be like, let's get pizza together. I told him it was going into, because we talked all summer long. All summer long we talked on AIM.
But you never hung out.
It was all about never hung out. And then, can you guys hear the burps every time I do
They're
them?
not that bad.
No, keep going.
Oh, nice. And so then when sophomore year started, we had the same free period. And I was talking to him, I was like, we should get pizza after school. I was like super aggressive with everything. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. So we got pizza after school and we hung out. And I was like, do you want to hang out tomorrow? Because this is just how I am. I'm like, I'm going to get him by aggressively hanging out with him every day. And so he's like, yeah, we can hang out tomorrow. So I tell my mom, I was like, Mom, you got to drop me off in Pawtucket tomorrow. I'm hanging out with and oops, that's his name. But
that's all right. We can bleep it.
I don't think he'd. You know
so
what?
far,
Yeah,
you're doing
probably
good. No.
So then we hang out, and on the next day, and we hang out the whole time. And I really was expecting, just by my charm, he would ask me out. And I was devastated at the end of the hang when he didn't ask me out. So much so, when he tried to tell me that night, I was like, I can't talk to you right now. I'm too emotional. And he was like, why? And I was like, well, I had to tell you something.
A piano starts playing.
Yeah, it starts raining.
In my mind, I'm like, but I don't want you to be upset at me, and I don't want it to ruin things between us, because we're such good friends. And he's like, it won't ruin us, tell me. And I was like, I like you more than a friend. And he was like, well, this is awkward. And I was like,
oh no. Those 4 words.
I sign offline. He calls me immediately, and I didn't answer.
Oh my God.
And then I signed back online, and he's like, why didn't you pick up? And I was like, I can't deal with what you just said. You just said this is awkward. You told me it wasn't going to ruin anything. It was like the first lie a man had ever told me. And I was like,
I love the drama of this.
He then says, he was like, well, before you didn't even let me finish, before you went, I was going to say, I like you too. And it's like, obviously, this dude had a bigger schnoz than I did. I was so out of his league, and I was younger than him. I had just become okay to like. I was young. I was like, I hadn't even turned 15 yet, and he was 17, and his parents were nervous. Like, they were like, uh-oh, you know?
Oh my God.
So then we went on our first date, and I remember being like, he's older, and I can't believe yeah, thank God you're bleeping his name, because this is about to get mean. I can't believe I was worried about losing his attention, but I knew, because he was older and everyone around him was talking about sex, and like all the guys, like we would hang out with like his guy friends, and he would like tell me when he's hanging out with other girls, and I was like immediately jealous, and I was like, I have to be sexual with this kid to keep up.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, because my parents were like, we're a progressive house. We're not going to have boundaries because Colleen wouldn't do anything bad. We're in the home. We'll be downstairs. She'll be upstairs in her room, but she has to keep the door open. She won't try anything if the door's open. No, we would rent movies to play way too loud while I went down on him all the time. And I remember the first time I did it, I was like, upset. Like, I hid in the bathroom. I went down on him for like 3 licks, and then I ran into the bathroom, and I was like, I
was
knew I
it like your
young.
idea? Like, were you like, okay?
Yes. There was like, he was so, because he was a good dude. He was a very shy dude. Like, he was a very quiet no, I can't say that, but he was a quiet dude. Like, he was he wasn't the life of the party. So he was very respectful, and he was very nice.
But you were just like nervous that
I just was like, I have to keep him because I see my 8-year-old my brother, who's not to his fault at all either, because he wasn't doing it in a harmful way. He was just a 17-year-old dude in like the early 2000s, when sexuality was like bursting right after the sexual revolution, I feel, and the internet was just out. So like, he wanted things from girls, and then I saw that because I'd always want to hang out with him.
Well, and every teen movie at that time was like, you better be doing this, or all the hot boys are gonna tell everybody how lame you are.
Exactly. I remember my favorite thing to watch was Lifetime, and they had all those STD movies.
Yes.
My favorite being She Said Yes, and it was all about oral. Like
So did you so you decided, okay, I need to keep this guy's attention this way. And then did you just tell him that you were going to do something, or were you guys did you just do it without talking to him?
And was he experienced?
Yeah.
Did you jump the gun?
Was he not even experienced either? And then
no, because we were both virgins when we first started dating. So he wasn't, like I said, he,
this pressure was put on just by you, pretty much.
Just by me.
Yeah.
We were both the part of the island of misfit toys, if you were to put it nicely. And I don't even remember if we had we must have had a conversation. But it was also, though, that conversation didn't come about authentically, because I remember our second date, we went to the movie theaters and then we decided to get milkshakes after, and it was a Friday night. And I remember his dad being so upset because we ran a half hour late. And it was because he was 17 and it was because I was still 14. He was like, if you have sex with her, you can go to jail, which is not true. But he was like they were furious. I remember them calling my mom, being like, they can't be alone together. And my mom being like, I trust my daughter. She's not going to do anything, which, I mean, very kind of her, but wow. And I remember asking my mom before, the day I met Ben. So, this was definitely me driven. I remembered asking her to be put on birth control at 13.
Okay.
Wow.
1, because my periods were painful, but 2, because I was like, I know I want to have sex. Not I know I want to have sex, but I could just feel
you were thinking about it.
This
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. So it was within the first week of us dating, his parents were so nervous about us having sex that it kind of, and with my lack of impulse control, the second you tell me I can't do something, I just have this immediate desire to do it.
Yeah.
But I also it really was I don't want him to leave me, so I would do stuff.
Yeah.
And once I did the blowjob, it escalated so quickly to me losing my virginity 2 days before my 15th birthday. And it was 2 days before opening night of our musical Godspell. Which could
perfect timing.
Just wow, the irony.
So was he were there was he just oh, she's into it, cool, we're doing this? Or was he were there signs of him being uncomfortable that you maybe didn't see in the moment because you were all signs point to I have to do this? Or
I think because he was 17 and hadn't done anything, and I think he told me I haven't done anything except really make out and do a little bit of third base, but I haven't really. I remember,
third base.
Yeah, he tapped it, and then had to run back to second real quick.
But we know each other,
I remember him feeling eager to as well, but I also remember before the blowjob thing, he was like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Just making sure. But then once I went down on him and I was upset and I went in the bathroom, he was like, are you going to keep doing it? And I was like, I don't know. But he didn't know, because I didn't know how to vocalize it. I just gave him sad eyes instead of date me eyes. I was just like, you should just ask. You just ask me what's wrong. But then I remember after the blowjob, he really wanted, obviously, because he had never been, he'd with virgin too. So,
yeah.
Right.
Unless he was lying to me all this time.
I doubt it.
We'll get to the bottom of it, but probably not.
And you're like, and our fourth person, you bring them on.
This is your life. Flowers in the Zoom starts now.
He's wearing a zoot suit. He's ready to skank.
All of a sudden, these aggressive horns start playing.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I remember I remember my mom and my sister left and he came over Saturday morning and I was like, we're going to have sex. So like he knew we were going to do it. But he didn't bring anything. And I was trying on my mom's lingerie and I get my PJs back on and he's
bold.
Here. He is the car.
Did you wear your mom's lingerie to lose your virginity?
Maybe.
Oh my God, I love it.
She could never find this. I think that would break her heart.
We'll bleep it. We'll bleep who in your family's lingerie.
I was like, we're clipping that, and that's the clip.
No, that's the clip. Here's the clip. I will die for this art. I will sacrifice my No, it's fine. She has to know. She has to. She just has to. I remember I put my PJs on. He had come over and my brother walked in and my brother calls my mom up and he was like, Colleen's alone with Ben in her PJs. Something's going to happen.
Oh my God.
My mom is on the phone with him and she was like, nothing's going to happen. I trust Colleen.
She was really like your number one hero, number one supporter there.
She really put so much trust in me and I feel so bad that I just flushed it down the slutty toilet. Like
your brother's like, Mom, she learned everything she knows about relationships from me, a monster. I promise something's going to happen.
So I remember me and him walk down because we were nervous that anyone would see our car. We walked down to the
Oh, we just lost Colleen mid-story.
We lost her.
Oh no. That was crazy. All right, we'll take a really quick break. Hey guys, we are back. We have Colleen. What a treat.
She tried to get away from us.
We got her
down.
That's me.
Okay. So there you were walking down the street. And why did you leave the house? Because your brother was ruining your vibe?
No, he left because no one was listening to him.
Okay.
I see.
And we didn't have condoms.
Oh, so I was okay.
Even though I was on the pill and I was like, I have endometriosis. And really I was like, I'm going to be a little slut. And
have sex with my monogamous boyfriend.
Exactly. And so we had to walk to get condoms and we didn't want to take his car because we didn't want anyone to recognize us.
Oh.
As if people would know in Cumberland, Rhode Island.
Well, if the condom police
so they saw you walking, they wouldn't recognize you. But the car would be a giveaway. Yeah. I get that.
That is teenage thinking.
Whoa. Boy.
The condom police are out looking for vehicles, but not humans.
I can't tell you. I thought the corner store guy was going to recognize me buying condoms and tell my mom. So I had Ben pick up a carton of milk. I was like, that'll throw him.
Yeah.
So we walk back. No one's there. We have sex. I Googled it a bunch. We have sex.
What did you Google?
It wasn't Google, but I searched
Sure. What did you ask?
How to have sex or something, or
how to put on a condom so you absolutely don't get pregnant. That was my biggest fear.
Sure.
Even though I was on the pill, mind you, I was I'm gonna get pregnant.
How do I make this condom? Swear to God, it won't get me
exactly.
a baby.
Pink. I need this condom to Pinky promise.
So how do I make this condom? So
it turns out twisting condoms not great.
Just snap right up. But I wanted to make sure it was the right one to get the sperm aside. Like I was on it. I was like, no one's gonna know. So we have the sex. It lasts, I think, maybe 3 minutes.
Yeah. Life changing.
And then he's out of me, but he's laying on top of me, giving me a hug, and then falls asleep. On top of me.
I had that happen to me on a cruise, and it was a guy that we were all on this big trip, and he was like, he just had like a I don't know, whatever. I was so small that like even him being a normal sized human, we were like cuddling, and he fell asleep like that, and I was like, I am trapped in this cruise bunk like under this person. Did you
picture it your first time?
Yeah,
I couldn't. All I have to offer in the world.
Yeah, you've been planning this gift.
This is my everything, my virginity. And it lasts 3 minutes, and he falls asleep.
I love it. I love it.
And I remember he like wakes up, like I shove him off of me. I'm like, I'm hungry. And I remember the first meal I had after losing my virginity was a fettuccine Alfredo Weight Watchers microwavable.
That's worse than him falling asleep on you. Somehow sadder.
Yeah, I was with you with the Alfredo, and then I was like, oh, it's getting sad.
I was like, oh, she said this was Saturday morning. That's a heavy lunch. Oh, no, it's just the saddest. Okay.
My mom at this point is home because it's like a few hours after, and she's French braiding my hair, and I'm like, what have I done? And so I go.
Wait, did you just like send him away? Like, did you just go home?
No, because we both had to go to perform at Godspell.
Okay.
He was in the band, and
did he also have a Weight Watchers meal with you?
No, he was upstairs. Like my mom was like, "Where's Ben?" I'm like, "He's sleeping." Like,
she's like, Colleen wouldn't do anything. Her older boyfriend's just sleeping in her bedroom.
He's a tired guy.
After I left them alone for hours.
I don't remember wearing this lingerie. How did it end up in my hamper?
Laura, you were so spot on. I'm crying. Oh, I'm crying. Oh, that was good. That was
really amazing. Hair is so good.
You have really good hair right now.
I've never shown my forehead more than like right here. So like this is a brand new world. I'm like Ariel with her sea legs. Like I am uncomfortable with how much vulnerability I'm giving you guys.
So
right
much
now.
vulnerability. You're gonna have to have 2 Weight Watchers Alfredos after this.
That's right.
I moved on to the adult dieting, fasting, not feeding yourself food that you need.
That's perfect. Perfect.
So I can try and take up less space.
Today I had 2 Laffy Taffies, so I didn't order queso delivery, and I wish I did.
That's hilarious. I'm gonna have to use
so you're getting your hair French braided.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting my hair French braided.
Okay. Snoozy is sleeping in your room.
Yeah.
And so we have to go to the musical to perform. I had to be a gospel for God. And so we get there, and I remember there was this one guy in the drama club that was like really aggressive, but like he was always nice to me, but he was like always having problems. He was very loud about his business. So I like related to him heavy. And I went over and I was like, you're never going to guess what I did. Because I'm still 5 years old, talking about sex in public. And I tell him that I was like, just took my virginity. And he was like, Colleen, you've been dating him for 2 months. And I was like, what? And he goes, and you're not even 15 years old. Like he was like, I upset the most perverted person in drama club.
He's like, this is too much.
He came from a broken home, and he would think that I was a Catholic boy alone in the room with a priest. Like he was concerned.
He's like, Colleen, your body is a temple.
Yeah. He's like, what did he do after? Just fall asleep? He's not grateful for this gift.
It was crazy. And I remember him like not shaming me, but he was like, he should have known better. Why did you do this?
He probably had a crush on you too. That's what it sounds like.
Oh God, it was a lot. And then I remember we fucked for a little bit longer. Me and Dan, like I think oh my God, Dan's my current boyfriend, Ben. Sorry.
Stop saying his name. We have to keep bleeping it out.
You don't. He's not going to care. Actually, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. See, you keep doing this, so I think we're going to bleep it out.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to tell me 5 more times not to say that. You can keep Dan's name because Dan's a comedian. His business out there. But no, he yeah. So we did it a few more times, and then I remember feeling like so overwhelmed because like I had just started. Like I got my period late, so it went from like blood drop to like maybe a year later. Let's put it in. Like I was like fucking during biblical times. I'm like 14, just the right age. Like, and I remember being like filled with shame and guilt, like I was breaking my mother's rules.
Yeah.
So I remember crying to my older sister, and she's like, that's got to be a really heavy secret. Like she was amazing about it.
Yeah.
My sister was such a queen. She was like, that must have been really hard for you to carry. You have to promise me, if you don't want me to tell mom, you have to promise me that you will not have sex with Dan.
Yeah. The other guy again. Yeah.
Yeah. The other guy, my high school ex.
Yeah.
You have to promise me you're not going to sleep with him anymore. And I remember being like, but can I do other stuff? And she was like, whatever. Yeah. Whatever. So I told him, I'm like, I really don't want to do this anymore. We can do other stuff, but I'm not having sex with you. And he was like he was a good dude about it. He was like, yes, absolutely. It's fine. Because I kept making him anxious. I kept being like, I'm going to be pregnant this month. I kept scaring him.
We fucked 3 times. That's 3 kids. Okay.
Oh my God.
Good on the callback, Laura.
In the house.
Crushing him today.
Yeah, I remember like really, and I told him, I was like, I'm not gonna want to have sex until I'm out of my mom's house. And he did. He waited until we got to college. And then
did you guys date the whole time?
Whole time.
Wow.
Yeah, we dated the whole time. He went. My mom brought him on a cruise with me for my high school graduation.
Wow.
His parents at that point were like, I mean, fucking whatever, I guess. No one's going to listen to us. Your brother's like, I know, right? I tried to tell him.
I tried to tell 5 years ago.
Legitimately. 4. It didn't take me 5 years to get through high school.
Listen, I don't know what's going on.
You bitch. She didn't even know how to charge her fucking laptop. Of course she didn't graduate on time.
Did you have sex on the cruise?
No, because like my family was still there and I was sharing a room with my sister and I didn't want her to feel like I betrayed her.
Yeah, wow.
But we did go down on each other a bunch in like the high school years. And I did try anal because I was like, well, you can't make a baby that way, so I'm not breaking her rules.
High school girls from coast to coast.
The poop hole loophole.
Yes, you disgusting man. Loophole.
I'm just taking up space.
So get this, when I finally get to college, he like sleeps over like right away, right?
He's been waiting,
He's been built up. And he gets a condom and it breaks.
No.
So the first time we go back, we have to go buy, and that was the first week of college, already buying Plan B. I didn't need to though, because I correctly took my birth control. Okay.
Yes.
But I was so anxious. I was like, well, I'm going to be the 1% that gets pregnant and ruins my life. Meanwhile, I've probably loaded up so much on this Plan B and birth control during my stupid fucking years of college. I'm probably infertile. I'm telling you, me and Dan, we are fucking like rabbits and raw. Okay. Not once have I been worried.
It was a different time back then.
So to see how much smarter I was as a younger child than now.
That happens.
It's crazy. It was good though, because although it started out my sexuality really like in an awful place of like low self-worth. I mean, my high school, I almost said his name, my high school ex, I mean, we ended up like just dating way too long. Like I remember after, oh my God, this story is so cringy. After my first year in college, and he had gone to a different college, I was in this play and there was this like really hot guy in this play, and I was like, I want to fuck this other guy, but I didn't want to cheat on my high school boyfriend. So I told him that I was so I didn't want to tell him that I had a crush on someone else. So I told him that I tried to commit suicide.
What? I like how that was easier than just being like, I might not be as attracted to you as I thought I was. I might have outgrown this relationship.
Because I was like, there's no way he's going to want to be with someone that's, unstable. So I just figured if I led with that lie, the breakup would happen naturally.
Oh.
And the guy who waited.
Yeah, you thought that he would be
3 years until you were ready to have more sex was like, no, man, that's my line. No, I've cared about this woman for a long time now, but no,
that's the line. Oh, you're sad? Too much.
In my head, it made perfect sense.
Sure.
And I remember him being like, we'll work through this. And I was like,
yeah,
no,
of course. Then you were like, now I really want to.
All signs pointed to him saying, we'll work through this. And then you're like, what's my plan B? But a different kind.
You're like, now I actually want to.
Literally was like, I have to go away. Rhode Island is a small state. I just led into the lie. I was like, I am unwell. I'm sorry I can't be with you because I have to go away. I tried to kill myself. And boy, was it a real cringy choice. Like he was like really depressed and it launched him into alcoholism. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my God.
Colleen.
Does this make me look great? No, but is it interesting? Yes.
Absolutely.
I really me and his uncle. Like his uncle was like a flaming alcoholic. So like it wasn't only because I lied about suicide and then broke his heart.
On that note, where can people find you, Colleen?
I need a redemption story.
No.
I need a redemption story.
There's no way.
What is the redemption?
She feels bad about it now.
Listen, he manages a soup kitchen. No, I mean,
of course he does. He sounds like he'd be that guy this whole story.
I was the demon the whole time.
No.
It was me. It was me. Karma got me back. The guy that I had a huge crush on, it was a showmance. So once the show ended, he wanted nothing to do with me. So what did I do? I started dating his brother.
Lots of good
got his home number, called him 30 times, up my game.
And now I have text messaging.
Let me tell you.
Free nights and weekends, baby.
Listen,
unlimited data.
Got me back, okay? I don't want people thinking that I'm a monster. Karma got me, okay? I went through a lot of
Yeah,
self-work.
you had your heartbreak story too.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, the clown. Find it on Katie's old podcast. You hear all about it.
It was
But
epic.
then I was alone for 4 years, and now I'm with a great guy.
Yeah.
And
You're with a great guy now? Sounds like a lot of karma got you.
No, it did. I'm leaving out like
I'm
other
kidding.
things.
Yeah, there was lots. You had your huge heartbreak. So everybody gets their heart broken. Everybody breaks some hearts.
And now hopefully my sexual story ends with a baby. I want a baby, you guys.
Hey.
I
Stop
have
taking
like
that birth
strong
control.
baby
Put it
fever.
on that vision board.
Yeah.
I've been doing it. I'm like, I trap him every time, but he's sneaky. He's 26, so he always comes out.
He knows.
Can't say I trap him. Not great.
She's like, I need my redemption story. So what I'm doing now is trying to get pregnant against my boyfriend's will. So, hallelujah. Okay, now where can people find you?
Corner store. Walking, not driving.
Yeah. People can find me on Instagram at Colleen Genevieve. And that's all I really have. Oh, wait, no, I'm starting. I got my social media of boomerangs of other comedians if you feel like wasting your time. No, I'm going to be starting a podcast. Can I plug that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Breaking news, because I haven't even announced it. I'm starting a podcast with said love of my life, Daniel Lamort. And it's called Until We Break Up.
I like it.
Yes. And obviously we want to have you guys on. It's all about relationships, but like fighting styles, because I am a non-confrontational person. He's from New Jersey, so
perfect. I mean, I'm so surprised coming from a person who said they tried to kill themselves rather than admit they wanted to break up with someone. I did not get any non-confrontational vibes there.
I'm like, I'll just bounce. I will make myself the most unavailable.
You're like, I'm going to ghost from this earth so I don't have to talk to you.
I'm out.
I love it. That's gonna be fun. I hope
gonna be a lot of fun.
Does he have a computer?
He has a computer. Yes.
Good.
Guys, you can find me at the local library with people that can't afford computers.
Please podcast from the library and get told to keep it down. Please.
I would love that.
Oh my God.
This week we're talking loud fucking here at the library.
I'm here in the fiction section.
But it's going to be all about different styles of relationships, just not boyfriend and girlfriend, but like friendships, coworkers.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah, thank
Sounds
you.
great.
I'm really excited and nervous because there's 12 million podcasts out there.
That's all right.
It'll be fine.
What's one more? It's gonna be
It'll
good.
be fine. We're like the gas station ladies of podcasts.
Yeah.
We're like,
Yeah, you're gonna do it.
you get there.
You'll be fine. You'll get where you're going, sweetie.
You guys are like, come take a shower and get a coffee. Come
Come on. Get a wash. Get in here.
Oh my God. I almost
right,
knocked
well,
my pull out. Yeah, you can
follow
me.
Colleen.
Yeah.
Follow Colleen taking boomerangs of other people.
Stay tuned.
Listen to her
Yeah.
podcast when it comes out.
I'm on everything. I think I have 2 clips up on YouTube if you want to see shitty comedy from 2013.
It's perfect.
And who does?
Everybody does now.
And then when you're done with that, follow and like all our stuff. We're at Pinky Promise Pod everywhere you look. And that'd be great.
Yeah.
It'd be so great if you did that.
Love
for
it.
us.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Okay, bye.